In part 2 of this 4-part series, we arrive in Stockholm, check out the Airbnb. Of course, there's more candy shops, but who do I see in this candy shop? And I meet up with this guy. Lightning fans, you probably know him. We enjoy a really good meal at one of Sweden's best restaurants. And of course, we find some more Swedish meatballs. We get our first glimpse of the Ericsson Globe. And check out the Buffalo Sabres and Tampa Bay Lightning open practice for the NHL Global Series 2019.
A little taco stand in the middle of the desert, eating fresh fruit in the LA heat, traveling the country, stopping into every diner, hauling the bump right next to me. Traveling food.
It is Wednesday in early November in Stockholm. We just got into town. We are gonna check into our Airbnb, check it out, and start exploring Stockholm for a few days. The first hockey game is on Friday night, so we got a couple days until then. Alright, so we're doing a little tour of our next Airbnb. We just checked in. Got a little kitchen area here, tiny little sink, little dishwasher, little fridge. There's actually a cooktop right here, the microwave, or what's in them if anything. Oh, we got some dishware, stuff like that, with cutting boards. This is kind of interesting here. The one bedroom is pretty much just the bed that actually folds down to a single bed where you can have more like walking around space, but the way it's set up now is a double bed. And in case you didn't know, this is the bathroom. The little sticker on it. You got the toilet, shower, a little towel stand there, and sink, and a mirror, so we can make sure we look good before. It's Bill. Bill was peeing in the corner. I got ourselves a little TV, couch. So this is the living room. We're actually on the bottom floor of this apartment complex, and little closet in here. Put our clothes if we want to. It is nice. We got a table and chairs to set up and work on our computers. Or my computer. I don't think Bill brought his. And here's the little courtyard, which is pretty nice looking out there. So we're right in the middle of downtown, but it's pretty quiet actually with the courtyard. But that is it. So this is Airbnb number 2 on Sweden trip 2019 for the NHL Global Series. Do you find anything exciting over there? Wi-Fi password. Wi-Fi password is good. Oh, so what do we got here? Coffee, tea. Some of these crisps are all over the place here in Sweden. So, and this looks like honey, maybe. But that's cool. We got a coffee maker, so we can make coffee in the morning. And some oil and stuff like that too, but alright. Oh, and umbrellas, in case we need umbrellas. Actually, the lights are pretty cool in here too, if you can see them. Oop, look at that. So that is it. So we're just gonna wander around Stockholm today, walk down to Old Town, maybe grab a little bite to eat, because later on tonight we have a pretty cool dinner planned at a medieval restaurant in Old Town, Stockholm. I hate to admit it, but I am that guy that has to check out a McDonald's in every country I go to. So here in Sweden, hey, they have these little jalapeno popper things.
I never wanna go home, go home. I'm living in Stockholm, Stockholm. I never wanna go home, go home. I'm living in Stockholm, Stockholm. I never wanna go home, go home. I'm living in Stockholm, Stockholm.
Hey look, there's Tyler Johnson and 3 other Lightning players that I can't tell who they are. Love checking out a good local record store? Check out this CD. So this restaurant in Old Town is really cool looking, and I'd reached out to the chef before we got into Stockholm, and they're going to invite us in for a little tour of the restaurant later tonight. Can't wait. And of course, there's another candy shop in Sweden. Go figure. We walked by one of the most famous little places in Stockholm. This is called the Herring Wagon. So they sell herring, and unlike the Dutch that eat them pretty much just pickled herring, these are like pan-fried. We're in one of the main squares of Old Town. It is beautiful. Ignore the Burger King back there. Minus that, it looks pretty authentic and old. You get the cobblestone streets. Some guy just went whizzing by on one of those motorized scooters. He did a pretty good job of keeping his balance. The waterfront is actually right down there, and we're gonna head up this little alley to check out some more of the shopping, but it is beautiful. One of these. It's cold, but it's beautiful. It's not surprising, but there are a handful of these like Viking and nautical themed restaurants all around town. Yo Ben, yo Jerry, what's up with the smoked salmon waffle cone? And here's a store where every single thing is black licorice flavored. And a store where you can get your finest Viking apparel. Alright, so we are still in Old Town, Stockholm. About to meet up with Greg Wolf from the Tampa Bay Lightning. He's that might have been one of the Buffalo Sabres guys. There was somebody with a camera and a Buffalo Sabres thing on. But anyways, we're gonna actually, where is it? Right here. This restaurant here. We're gonna go check out. Like I said, my buddy Greg should be coming here shortly, and Bill's here as well. We're gonna go get a kind of behind the scenes little tour of, it's called Sjatte Tunnan. Sjatte-Tunnan. So I was on this candy shop earlier, and Stamkos is actually in there right now. I think this is him coming out the door. But we're gonna go check out this restaurant. Should be pretty cool. Yep, it was Stammer in the candy store. What's up, Greg? Say hello.
Go Bolts. What's up, world?
Greg is the in-host MC for Tampa Bay Lightning, going to be doing the games here this weekend.
You know it. I'm excited. I'm excited to see what's up with this place too.
Yeah,
so
it looks awesome. So
Let's
it's
go
like
do
a
it.
dungeon, dude.
I love it.
It's like
What's up?
downstairs, so we're going to go in, check it out. Here we go.
let's go check it out.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Alright, we are in the dungeon restaurant, medieval time place. And we're going to get a tour of what's going on.
We don't do potatoes. There were no potatoes in Europe at that time.
Okay.
We don't do. We do a little bit of pasta and just a little bit of rice.
So it's just meat.
It's no
What else do you serve?
root vegetables.
Okay, root vegetables. Fair enough.
Sauerkraut.
Okay.
Yeah.
Carrots.
Most of the stuff in here for the special dinners. So we have the farmer's hall and we have the knight's alley.
Okay, so you have a whole bunch of different spots in here.
So this is just one. And this is the other.
Okay.
This is
The alley.
the knight's alley. Here you could set a long table, and this is the farmer's hall. Here it's very early medieval. First of all, it's
I like these.
Oh, this is a cool table.
This is cool.
you get a knife and you get a fork, and you get this. This is your napkin.
So you just
share that with your mate.
I like it. It's great.
It's more to
Yeah.
get to know each other a bit better. Yeah.
I dig it.
We try to do it as authentic as possible. I can tell. You've done a fantastic job. And since the medieval times in Sweden starts in 1160.
What's up, guys? We're here at the restaurant. Greg Wolf from Tampa has joined us, so we're gonna talk to the owner. Your name again?
Johan.
And the chef,
Sebastian.
Sebastian. So, what can you pronounce the name of the restaurant in Swedish?
Sjatte Tunnan. The sixth barrel.
Okay. And you guys have been operating for about 15 years?
Approximately. Opened up in 2005.
Very cool. It's a great, I mean,
very
it's
cool.
pretty wild. It's like medieval time, like legit medieval
Like
times in
legit.
this restaurant, which is pretty wild. So it basically goes
All
kind
around.
of 360 degrees around different rooms and stuff like that. This is one of the smaller rooms here.
From the beginning, when we started the restaurant, we were a lot of medieval geeks doing interactive role playing and stuff like that. And we did the best we could do. And over the year, we have acquired more geeks and more seriously geeks, Sebastian. We did what we could do as best in the beginning. And now we're going more and more for accurate historical food with modern
Infused
techniques.
Yeah, because you're saying, so the menu is like true to the times back then too, right?
All recipes is true 14th century, but with the experience of being a normal chef for many years, we changed them a bit to make them worth paying for 2019.
So what are some of the more popular dishes that you?
Yeah, we have a lot popular. The most popular is we do a fruit out of meat from an English source. People can't really understand that it isn't actually a fruit.
I was thinking the same thing too. Like,
Yeah,
It looks like a pear, but it's meat inside.
or an apple.
Really?
We do two spices, two flavors.
When we started doing what we did, no one understood what we were doing.
Right.
when I was looking at restaurants, the food scene here in Stockholm is amazing, and I was looking at different places, and this one like definitely stood out as far as the eating did.
But you need to understand, when we built all these benches, we had the thought that we should have long benches. Everybody should sit beside each other and eat.
Right.
They shouldn't use any forks. They should have a gathering plate.
Sharing plate.
Sharing plate.
That was totally off 15 years ago. People laughed at them doing that, and now the Swedish cuisine has gone into exactly that.
So are you from Stockholm?
No, I'm from Linköping. If you're into hockey, you know they have a team in highest league in Sweden.
Are you a Tampa Bay Lightning fan?
Actually, no. I'm not. For me, it's football.
Right.
Normal soccer.
Okay, fair enough.
It's my hometown. It's what I used to brag about. The best town in Sweden considered to population in football.
For sure.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So what kind of meats do you? Because I know it's kind of a little bit non-traditional.
Yeah,
proteins or
we
meats.
try to have proteins that are different, since it's an easy way to open the eyes of guests.
Yeah.
On the menu right now we have pheasant, brisket, wild boar, we have goat, so a little bit different proteins too.
That's very cool, and I'm just in awe of all the. I mean, there's in all these other rooms. They have like shields and all these kind of cool things around here. So just the atmosphere in here is amazing.
Very cool.
It's definitely what I feel like would be a really cool dining experience. Just maybe a shout out to Tampa real quick too, because I know you guys actually are serving Cigar City beer in a bar.
Yeah.
So that's great.
Jens is a good the bar chef here. He's really into that beer.
Tampa is our hometown, so it's kind of interesting to see.
It's great to see
You know,
for
how
sure.
many thousands of miles away. I think I saw on the website there was like fire throwing or something, or was that?
They have medieval correct fire shows. It was when two, what do you call it, entertainers had dressed out as trees and by accident caught fire. They died. But it was a very popular show. Otherwise, this breathing where you breathe out, that is modern.
Sure.
And then
But we do it because people want to see it.
yeah.
We have there we have the medieval correct room, and then we have the American medieval correct room in that direction.
That was when we first got here. They were explaining that they kind of have like the what you would expect to see, kind of like medieval room, and then the
real
authentic medieval room. So
We all learn about medieval times from Ivanhoe, the American movie, when we were kids.
Right.
Which wasn't
Which is
necessarily.
what they modeled the medieval times restaurant in like Orlando, Florida. It's very much based upon that.
And we want to do a little bit different. We want to take it an extra step to actually give medieval food.
No, right.
And I was into medieval reenactment, as we say.
Yeah,
You know it well.
Like a medieval fair or something.
Yeah,
Renaissance Festival.
Yeah, and we started a group 23 years ago, me and my friends, doing 1362 to 1412 as appropriate as possible. And since I was schooled chef, I took responsible for the cooking. So that's how I studied the sources and got more and more into it. And then I was a bit fed up with normal cooking and got the opportunity to come here.
What a great opportunity.
Yeah, and then
That's awesome.
then we took the best of two worlds, and here we are.
So what's a typical, like if I'm coming with a guest, and like what's a typical popular meal that people order most of the time? Like what does that come with? Like you were just.
We have pheasant breast.
Okay.
Comes with cabbage,
Okay.
whole baked cabbage, and then we make a stew out of cabbage and the confit of the leg from the pheasant. Really into the old recipes, you'd be astonished what they actually did, like deep fried mozzarella.
Really?
You can find recipes of that.
Wow.
But you don't dare to do that because people would not think that it's medieval, but actually it is.
This is the one thing on my journey is I really find it fascinating, even in the United States too, just how the geography and history of different areas influence the cuisine, which makes sense. But sometimes you kind of take that for granted, or else you don't really like appreciate the history of, you know, the hard work from the farmers or the hunters or whoever was involved and actually getting that food. Nowadays it's all you order, you know, kind of different, but to actually think of the people that had their livelihoods and sourcing the food too is pretty amazing.
I often get the question if I want to live in 700 years ago. Maybe if I were a king or... Otherwise it would be extremely hard.
Thank you guys for your time.
One small story.
Yes.
We have had a long discussion if they drank hard alcohol during medieval times.
Hard alcohol, like liquor.
Yes.
Okay.
The highest alcohol you can get without the distilling machine is 21%.
Okay. So that's why
So
you
everything
wine
above 21 is impossible without knowing how to distill.
Right.
And as he said, they knew how to distill, but everything they distilled went for what you say,
Making gunpowder,
yeah.
more explosive.
Right.
Yeah.
More of a bang.
The water, if you live in town in 14th century, you couldn't drink the water because the water was so contaminated with just throwing the stuff on the streets. So then they had to drink beer because the beer, the fermentation takes away the dangerous stuff.
So what was dessert common back in the 1400s?
Like sweets?
Yeah, but they mixed it. You could have a sweet dish in first course, and you can end the menu with a quail.
Oh wow.
So they didn't have, and that's one thing that we adjust a bit. We do dishes that we today think is starter-like. We serve them as starter, and then we do main course-like dishes as main courses, and the sweet as desserts.
Right.
They didn't do.
Right.
Did you use fruits at all?
Yeah,
In the main dishes?
absolutely.
I know the Swedish meat. I just think of the Swedish meatballs with the lingonberries and.
Yeah, there is actually meatball-ish recipes, but they're not that. They're very far from Swedish meatball.
Gotcha. I just started researching the cuisine out here not too long ago, and I was blown away by the amount of great food out here. But like I said, your restaurant.
Sweden has really, or at least Stockholm has a really good restaurant culture.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
we're considered very good at cooking high-level food in Sweden.
With that, but thank you guys for your time.
Yeah.
It's an honor to be here, and
Thank you.
I'm learning to cook myself, so I respect what you do and what you've been through, and I think what you're doing is pretty cool. So hopefully we can share your story and your passion with the folks back in Tampa and North America. But thank you guys.
Would you stay until 5, then you can show you.
20 minutes, we can wait.
Cool.
Is it anything you don't eat?
No, I mean, I'm down to try anything. You know? At least once. You gotta try it. You may not like it, but at least try
Kan
it.
börja med grejer redan nu så kan vi diskutera.
Ska vi köra borgarchili rakt av eller ska vi bara leka?
Lekar och
Okay. Sit here. I will better. He will just send out food for you.
So that's a pitcher of beer right there.
That's a picture. That's just very smooth. Yeah. Dig it.
There it is.
Is this a Swedish beer?
That is ours.
theirs.
We own the recipe.
That's their
for
beer.
that beer.
What is the name of it? What do you
That is the 6 barrels briced.
Okay.
Brag it, and I'm gonna brag about it because it's
You
good.
should.
It's fantastic.
It's really good.
It's a good
Cheers,
boat drink beer.
Stockholm. Thank you.
chicken liver apple.
Wow.
And then
And what is this?
red onions and toasts. And you want to make them...
Spicy?
No, from grains to powder.
Oh, okay. Like a
You do
crush.
like in a stone
What is
bowl.
that? Yeah.
Mortar.
Mortar.
Mortar, yeah. The original recipe is mortared fish, so we have made minced fish, so it's pike, and the white side is scallops.
That is just the small things.
He was a very good king. So he was very. He treated Sweden as it was his personal fiefdom. Saved a lot of money, made a lot of castle. He properly made Sweden to what it was. And then his sons took it over and used all his money to buy Estland and stuff like that. They bought Estonia and stuff like that because they could. Tried to marry the English Queen Elizabeth I.
It didn't work.
It didn't work.
Okay.
But they spent a lot of this money.
Wow.
Is that how you do it?
That's how you do it. And then you have to take the claws.
There's meat in there too.
Yeah, that's meat in there.
Word for mushroom.
Yep.
So it's a mushroom gravy or consommé, flavored with a bit of saffron and served with chestnuts and scallions.
Smells fantastic. It smells fantastic.
And then we added another recipe from the same book, which is one sort of meatball. It's a wild boar meatball.
Well, wouldn't the proper way to do it in medieval times drink it?
No,
You drink it or you eat it with a spoon.
I didn't know. I was trying to do it the right way.
Don't worry.
And then naturally, he started talking about Victor Hedman and hockey.
Rub it on.
To me, he's the rock of our team.
I mean,
Hedman
is
He's amazing.
he's a man.
He's the man.
Yeah, he's the man.
He's calm, cool, and collected back there.
You have to understand that Sweden, like, I obviously know that we've been in ice hockey for a long time, and we're quite good at it.
Very good at it.
We have, 100 players in the NHL?
There's a lot of great ones.
And for us, if NHL shuts down during the Olympics or anything, that's a good thing.
Right, you guys
so,
are like,
yeah,
no,
come
that's
on, just shut it down. We don't care.
Right.
Let's do it.
Bill and I went to the 2014 Olympics
Yeah.
and saw that it was the last year that the NHL players played for the time being. So
Yeah, it's
We're
fun.
trying to understand that
Yeah.
one.
But it's fun.
It's huge here. I mean, even on TV, they were showing women's hockey, and it was like the place was packed.
It's good for the young kids as well. I mean, the young guys, because since it's a larger rink, first of all, I played hockey for 15 years.
Okay.
So, and we went to Chicago and played the Three Nations tournament and stuff. But it's good for everyone that actually comes to another country.
Sure.
Some of the guys probably haven't.
Right, a lot of them haven't.
So it's good for them to see
game
that
outside.
before they go to the Olympics or the World Cup or anything that is not in their own country. And I know that Canadians are there because it's always been like that. Between, I mean, U.S. and Canada, that is just pure hate. They just battle each other. You know? It's like Sweden and Finland.
For sure.
We can hate each other. I mean, I love Finland when it's not hockey.
Right.
But when it comes to hockey, I don't speak to my Finnish friends for like 2 days before and 2 days after. I mean, when you watch hockey, it's fun. It's fun. Try it.
Medieval Times restaurant here. Oh. I'm doing a little bit. No, it's okay.
Sorry, man.
And we're getting
it's
some crawfish here.
We had this
awesome pate.
Pate was amazing.
Is they call it a fruit kind of pate, which is in the shape of an apple.
Which he painted, so that is supposed to look like an apple.
It is not an apple at all,
I
which
know,
is
it's
remarkable.
And they put this in there, and it looks like it. Some pickled red onions, which are fantastic.
It was great.
We got ourselves a nice pitcher of beer that they make just for this restaurant.
Fantastic.
Served in these little goblets here.
Which is great.
And there's Bill. What's up, Greg?
We're just chilling.
And our manager too. So this guy,
man.
he's from Denmark originally.
And that's why there's Cigar City here.
Yeah,
So this guy right here.
Shout out to Cigar City. They have a few different Cigar
He's
Cities.
from Tampa here at this restaurant. That's medieval times.
Cheers.
So it's I guess you guys just opened now, right?
Yeah.
So it's 5 o'clock local time. We got in here about 4 o'clock. Got a little tour. Met the chef Sebastian. He was out here and the owner earlier chatting with us. And
Cool vibes.
seriously, this is the man right here. We're talking hockey right now.
We are talking hockey.
Somehow he said the Swedes and the Finns don't get along. He said it's worse than USA Canada. But no, we're excited about the games this weekend. Greg's going to be the in-game host.
I'm ready, man. Super excited.
Friday and Saturday, so it's pretty cool. And here's some of the food that we're chowing down on. But I'm gonna cut out, and we'll catch you guys later.
All right. You know that's not the only food he's coming out with.
That's what I figured.
Oh,
That's what I figured. Stay for the meat. Pamper you then. Wait for the meat.
It's here now. So I'm gonna check what he's prepared.
Okay. See what we got now.
Oh yeah.
This is a pheasant.
Oh wow, that smells amazing.
Yeah, and this is the typical, typical way that we change the recipes a little bit. The original recipe is pheasant wrapped in bacon.
I was gonna say that.
And we take pancetta.
Okay. Yep.
You know the difference?
Bruschetta. Yeah. A little bit saltier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then more sun-dried.
Okay.
Pancetta is more like Parma.
Right.
Yeah. And by just a little bit smoked. And then it should be served with cabbage and the confit of pheasant leg. Then we add 2 other types of cabbage,
Okay.
which there is recipes from, and to make it more like a modern restaurant when you do a variation of things.
I'm sorry, what was under the bottom there?
The bottom is creamed cabbage with the leg from pheasant, confit, yeah. And then there's a whole baked. They just put the whole head of cabbage into the fire.
Yep.
Then they took away the most burnt part.
Char.
Yeah, so this is that. And then you have kale and I don't know the other one. Kale and another very similar cabbage, which we just blacken.
Wow. I like the char on the cabbage. Anything with char on it is good.
It's gonna be good. You really can't get much more Swedish than this meal. Thank you to the Traveling Food, dude. Thank you, brother. You know it's representing USF too, by the way. Yellow Lightning. This is fantastic.
Oh yeah, we got this.
You haven't tried it.
We got this Cigar City.
Wait.
Oh,
No, hold on. I gotta get that, hold on. And look at what he's wearing, folks. What is Tampa representing?
I don't even have one of those.
I don't even have one of those either, man.
I know, man. But fix it.
Wow.
You have to go to Sweden to enjoy
Get a
it.
Cigar City beer.
Love it.
Love that.
This is the Guyabera single
Hopped, Citra. Fantastic stuff.
I couldn't help myself.
And he struck a deal too. I want to say he struck a deal with Carnival Cruise Lines. His beers on.
Yeah, about a year.
When I started. Oh. Wow. Desserts, man.
This was fantastic.
Yeah.
What do we got?
Pizza.
Oh, okay.
What is this amazingness?
Yeah, this is a very cool dish because it's added nothing, taken away nothing from the original recipe.
Okay.
1399.
Wow.
Jeez,
That's it.
The only thing that is different is the techniques how they did it. Because the sugared walnuts is made in how you do it 2019.
Okay.
Yeah, and again, since we have a freezer, they are perfectly squares. And actually, I lied a bit because I added one thing. I added the ash.
Yeah, what is that?
It's ash from French cedar.
French cedar ash.
Yeah,
Okay.
which is the new common if you buy high quality goat cheese.
Yeah.
Then it's wrapped in ash, in French cedar ash. This is a cheesecake from goat cottage cheese, I think. And that should be flavored with elderberries,
Okay.
which we have done.
This is elderberry?
No,
Oh.
inside it's flavored with elderberry puree, and then it's a fig
That's a
marmalade.
fig. Okay, gotcha.
So and it's baked figs, candied walnuts, and edible flowers. And the edible flowers taste like chewing gum.
Really? What kind of flour is it?
The Swedish word is viol, coolness.
How do you think of that?
That's my job.
Yeah. It's amazing. Like, I love it when I see things that I've never seen before.
Yeah.
Nice. Some places it's just like the same old, same old.
This is remarkable, man.
How was that, man? Wasn't that amazing?
Wow. If you're ever in Sweden, you need to come to this place. I had no idea what we were getting into, but that was one of the best meals I've had in a long time. I mean, just from the pairing of the beers with the food, and you think medieval food, you think you're gonna be eating like a chicken, like a turkey leg, but with your hands, but
It's gourmet.
this was like a gourmet version of medieval food, but remarkable. Simply remarkable.
The bar manager was awesome. This is kind of like the Burns of Stockholm.
And they're huge Cigar City fans, which is remarkable to see that we're on the other side of the globe and Tampa represents in this spot. So
medieval restaurant. Very,
Awesome.
very cool.
thank you again.
What do you think, Bill?
Yeah, great.
Time to head back to the Airbnb and call it a night. Alright, so it's Wednesday night. Somehow I have a mark on my forehead. I don't know where that came from. Yesterday I actually hit my head on part of the fireplace in that restaurant. Right about there. So I don't know if it just took that long for it to open up or what. But anyways, it's 11 o'clock Wednesday night. I was about to get ready to go to bed, and then I just saw my buddy Bob, who sits behind me, with my season tickets in Tampa, just arrived in Stockholm, and he just checked into a pub that's like literally 2 blocks from our Airbnb in Stockholm. So I'm gonna go meet him for a beer real quick. So I'm going out for a drink. Here we go.
Everybody has.
Don't let anybody in this town.
We just got hooked up with some fabulous smelling lamb kebabs here, I believe. Look at the size of these things, dude. We're in the local pub here. I just met Bob, who sits behind me at Tampa Lightning games, except I've abandoned him for like the last year, being on the road. Cool dude, super nice son. Your buddy still sits back there too?
Yes.
Bob as well, right?
Yeah.
The other Bob.
Yep.
Yeah, he should have come to Sweden.
Yeah.
He should have. But he didn't.
And John wanted to come, John Wayne, but I have his tickets.
John, we love you, man.
Love you, John.
John's the best. He sits across the aisle from us. Super nice guy from Pittsburgh. He's a Steelers fan, so we gotta kind of overlook that.
Yeah.
But, so what you got? What do we have here?
Lamb.
Is this lamb, like a lamb kebab?
Yeah, this is a lamb from Belgium.
Awesome. What's the name of the pub again?
Peach Pit.
How do you say it again?
Peach Pit.
Okay. Very cool.
Peach Pit, yeah.
So sweet. All right, we're gonna dig in and try this stuff.
Tried it.
Actually, let's do this. This is like an oyster fork. It's kind of small. There's a lot, man. You had lamb before?
No.
Really?
No. That's pretty good. That's very good.
So here we go, guys. Here we go. Some lamb, and we have the Swedish beer. Always cool seeing some fellow Bolts fans on the road, especially Bob. Alright, our first full day in Stockholm. Just made a little coffee. Again, there's no cream or sugar, so we're just doing it black. Getting a little bit of a later start today. We got all our stuff plugged in to the adapter here. Battery pack, camera, phone, another phone once I plug this in. Watching some Swedish TV. Made Bill some Smarties for breakfast. Alright, we are leaving the Airbnb. Gonna go, actually I'm not gonna say the number of miles or Bill will kill me. We'll just leave it at an hour and 20-minute walk. Supposedly down to the Ericsson Globe. But it's all through like downtown and Old Town and across another couple islands or two. So it should be a nice walk, and it's supposed to rain tomorrow and Saturday, so it might be our last dry day to be outside. So we're gonna, we just got tickets for the open practice. And of course it's like, there's a little bit of rain coming down, not too bad. But yeah, we're gonna do, we met up with Greg last night. He said during the open practice we're gonna do like a skills competition too, so we're gonna go check that out. And tomorrow we'll probably hit up a museum or two. So here we go on the adventure for Thursday, November 7th, 2019 in Stockholm. Ready, Bill?
Yep.
Hey, there's the Dutch embassy. My family's Dutch. Aw, and that reminds me of my dog Holland. And we just walked through Old Town Stockholm again and crossed the river. And we're gonna head to a place called Oliver Twist and meet a beer guy named Jorgen. He's kind of the guy responsible for bringing Cigar City over here to Sweden. And check out this little restaurant called Oliver Twist. It looks kind of cool. So we are right here. And there it is on the corner. So we're gonna head in and check it out. Alright, we are inside the Oliver Twist, and they have the Cigar City brewing chalkboard up there showing some of their beers, and some signs like this here showing some of their beers, and on the ground they got some stuff too, so it looks like a cool little place. We're gonna meet Jorgen here shortly. Jorgen, hey, nice to meet you. Welcome. Thank you for hosting us. It's pretty crazy seeing the Cigar City beer around Stockholm, and this one, they're actually this Tampa style lager. It's kind of close to my heart. My dad passed away a couple years ago, living up in Canada, but we actually shared one of these together right before he left us. So without getting too emotional, this one's for you, Dad. I don't know what you'd be thinking about me over here in Stockholm right now, drinking one of these Tampa style lagers, but it's pretty cool for me to be able to do this. And so I connected with Jorgen through Instagram, actually, just a few weeks ago, prior to us coming out here to Stockholm. And I guess you're kind of the brainchild behind a lot of kind of the Cigar City scene and beer scene in Stockholm too.
Well, the beer scene or the pub scene in Sweden started in the beginning of the 90s. And Oliver Twist, where we are now, we opened in '93. We were very interested in craft beer. It was so hard to get hold of, so we started to travel a lot in Europe. This is before we kind of knew that things was going on in the States, but could like find Sam Adams maybe or Ankerstein. That was about it. But then after a few years, for some reason somebody sent me a bottle of, I can't remember the beer, but it was with Cascade hops, which was unheard of in Europe. It blew my mind. So that made me even more interested in American craft beer. So we started to travel a bit to the US and connect with breweries. Just to import for us. It wasn't really a mission to be an importer. We just wanted to get the best possible craft beers for us to stand out in the crowd in the area. but then the interest grew, so all of a sudden we just realized we needed to start an import company. So we started something we call Great Brands, and that's been going for 11 years.
It is crazy. I know in the beer scene in Tampa right now is pretty wild with a lot of breweries popping up around Tampa and really all around the country. But it's kind of cool. You know, you get over to Sweden and you want to. For me, being from the States, I want to kind of experience as much Swedish stuff as possible. But when you see something that connects you to home, it's pretty cool to make that connection too, and just to see something you recognize out here. And I think it's a special treat for this Swedish population to be able to try, you know, a different beer that they've never had. I think, do you do Swedish meatballs?
Yes, actually that's today's lunch, funny enough, so yeah.
The gentleman behind us is eating it, and
you need to do meatballs. You know, that's a Swedish.
I didn't expect to see it that. Seems like every restaurant pretty much has their version of that.
Absolutely, and it's more common during autumn and winter, of course. Yeah, but it's like very much one of the national dishes.
Yeah, it's a great little neighborhood pub. Not too big, like it's a cozy feel in here. People are super friendly when you walk in. So
it's kind of on a side street of a very busy pedestrian street. So you know, it's a really cool neighborhood.
And you were saying, so there's a bunch of, I don't want to say a bunch, but a handful of different islands around.
The city is built on 14 islands, so there's a lot of bridges that you might have noticed. So we're on the South Island, which is the biggest, and it's always been I would say the cooler spot in terms of it's more relaxed. It used to be the working class area. We used to have 14 breweries on the island, so it's where people go to have fun.
Well, I think you could definitely get the kind of the that looks good too. some other food just went by and it looked really fantastic, but yeah, you get kind of the less touristy feel over here than some of the other places in Stockholm.
Yeah, there's some areas in Old Town where we were last night that are, of course, very touristy because it's where Stockholm was founded back in the day. So, but there's also some side streets which are more
it's definitely
relaxed.
a mix. But, well, thank you. I appreciate it. We got to get you to Tampa, or when you come back, hockey season's still around. Hopefully we can go to a Lightning game together.
Absolutely.
Get you a Lightning shirt.
I was fortunate to see Tampa play during our stay because my nephew actually then played for Minnesota, and he actually Minnesota played Tampa while we were in Tampa. So that was kind of fun to see him. Yeah, he's with the Leafs now. We'll see what happens.
What's his name?
Aberg.
Okay.
Currently he's with the Marlies at the moment, so he's trying to get up in the NHL.
I saw Tampa play in Toronto a few weeks ago.
Okay.
In October. So, they got a young, tough team. So
yeah, Leafs looks really good this season.
So they have the talent. So
yeah, absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for coming, man.
Cheers.
Enjoy stuff.
And cheers in Swedish is
Skål.
Skål. So,
see you later.
Sound like a Viking doing it. See you guys.
Crazy how the melodies began to play, yeah. Tell me how you feel it when you hear the lyric, yeah. My heart's in Stockholm. Now I never wanna go home. I left my heart in Stockholm.
Yeah, those Swedish meatballs didn't suck.
I brought a girl on my Vespa. She said already.
We're ready to go watch some hockey, so we're gonna head over to the Globe for the open practice. The Sabres and the Lightning are both practicing today.
Let me offer help. Come on inside. Where everybody knows your name, everybody knows your name. Time to catch a flight, but you can make me go. Unlocking all the memories of my new home.
Alright, we just got off the subway and we got our first glimpse of the Globe, which is right there. So it's a crazy arena. It's literally like a globe. So it looks like the big ball at Epcot Center. But anyways, we're a few blocks away, so we're gonna go head over there. Here it is, the Ericsson Globe. And if you look up there, it's like a little thing you can take up to the top.
I left my heart in Stockholm.
Yep, more Swedish candy. Might have gotten Sabretooth to do the gator chomp with me. Hey! That's how they say hello in Sweden. We are checking in from the Ericsson Globe. They just opened the doors for practices, so the Buffalo Sabres are out there right now. So it is 3:30 local time in Stockholm. There's Bill. Bill doesn't like the camera too much. But yeah, we just got here checking it out. This place is called the Ericsson Globe because it's literally, it looks like the ball at Epcot Center. So it goes way up, pretty high. Imagine there's like boxes or something like that up there. And they got most of the arena open. They do have it roped out there. I think there's probably some fancy people in those boxes. But this is kind of what the arena looks like. There's a lot of red. Even the walls are red. Everything in here is red. The floor is red.
Sunlight that always stays, dinner by the waterway. It's that sweet life. Raise your cross. Made some dude crack a smile. He asked if I could stay a while. I'm living that high life.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, let's go to the
alleyway. Crazy how the melodies began to play, yeah. Tell me how you feel.
Ericsson Globe, are you guys ready to hit me?
In Stockholm for the first time.
It's been a lot of fun. We've been over here for a while now, so we're kind of joking. We've done everything except play a game. So we're excited for the next couple days and here. We've come over here and we've had a lot of fun with team bonding, and hopefully it translates to the guys.
Obviously, Victor really excited to show his home country to you guys. What sort of things have you guys done away from the rink so far to bond and kind of enjoy the city?
Yeah, we've done a lot of things. Henny put a nice list together of where we've got to check out. We've been to some great restaurants. Checked out Old Town the other day. The meatballs, the Swedish candy, everything. So it's been a fun trip so far.
That's awesome. Congratulations on getting to be out here with your teammates. You can good luck at the rest of the skills competition.
Thank you.
International and Swedish fans like here. I know you've won world championships and played in Moto. You've been here before, but what's it like?
Spelar Globen är alltid kul. Med båda så.
Thanks so much for your time, Victor. Good luck in the rest of the competition.
Tack så mycket.
Thank you, Kaylee. All right. And your time, Victor, begins now.
John, pretty unique experience, obviously, for you and your team. A lot of excitement on the ice here. You can see and feel the energy. What's it been like for you as a coach now to have 4 solid practices here in Sweden?
Oh, it's been a wonderful experience. Wonderful. Over here in North America, we're coming here that often. You get to come to some special cities. This is definitely a special city. Leadership, we've had so much fun. Everything we've done, both on and off the days, and a great line service was.
Buffalo fans, what is it like to see how well LA fans travel to see your team, especially Victor Hedman play there?
It's remarkable. I actually see a Norfolk Capitals jersey on there. That's a lot of guys I just want to thank everybody from the bottom of my heart. It's a lot, you know. In Stockholm and all the time, thanks for coming out. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Good luck tomorrow, John.
Finished the night by going to a little Lightning and I guess Sabres kind of meet up with the Athletic at a little restaurant and bar right next to the arena, and after that I actually got to meet a fellow Lightning fan that came in all the way from Egypt.
Talk Lightning, talk Stockholm, stock Swedish meatballs, whatever you want to do. We do have raffle items here for free. We're raffling away 2 Victor Hedman signed shirts. One is a shirt obviously from him. I got to his hometown, Ovik, 5 hours north of here this week to do a story, and I got some shirts from him, signed by him. And one is a jersey of the school, hockey school he runs every summer in Ovik up north. The kids wear, and it's signed by him too. So, but thank you so much for coming. Any questions?
And on the next episode, we meet another local chef, and it is game day in Sweden.